My perfect fiancé has no bridesmaids for our wedding and it's making her upset. So I recruited my own friends to take her shopping while I planned something special for her at home. My fiancé and I got engaged recently and she has imagined a nice wedding, but because she's not very social and doesn't have any female relatives, she doesn't have any bridesmaids. Not a single one. On the other hand, I have a solid group of guys to be groomsmen and they're already talking about a bachelor party. They're constantly around to discuss this, and I can tell it makes her sad because she won't have a bridal shower or bachelorette party, or anyone to go dress shopping with, etc. I've told my friends to stop coming over for the time being because I don't want to upset her more. It's really bringing her down and she won't even talk about weddings. Once she said between sniffles, "Can't we just sign a paper at a courthouse?" But I know neither of us really want that and it definitely won't make her happy. I have suggested having my sisters and cousins as bridesmaids, but they don't really know her well and likely wouldn't want to. She was down in the slumps and she barely wanted to talk to me, so I decided to look for her box of wedding planning stuff because something wasn't quite right. There were a lot of magazine clippings of a big church wedding, flower ideas and stuff. Then I saw pictures of the dresses, and it all sort of clicked for me. They were all big, poofy ornate things that my fiancé wouldn't wear because they're not her style at all. But they're similar to the dresses my sisters wore at their wedding, which meant my fiancé probably didn't want a church wedding or any of these fancy trimmings. She was just trying to win my family's favor. I really should have noticed this earlier and gotten more involved. Since my fiancé flew home to spend a few days with her dad for Father's Day, I called 4 of my groomsmen and told them to come over. I opened up to them about the situation with my fiancé, and they all agreed that it was very likely she was trying to win over my family, but she probably wasn't going to admit to it easily. I asked if they could do all the bridesmaids' activities with my fiancé so that she doesn't feel left out of anything. They were more than happy to, and made a plan of what they were going to do. The next day, my fiancé came home happy, and I realized I hadn't seen her that happy since the planning started. I texted my friends to come over to take my fiancé out. My best man went up to my fiancé and said that the guys were taking her wedding dress shopping. Then, they were going to plan out her bachelorette party. She freaked out, but not in a good way. She looked like she wanted to crawl into a hole and die. She whispered to me, "They won't like me," and I reassured her that they would definitely like her, and urged her to go. I told her that she was in good hands since they all had some sort of experience with women and new dresses. I joked that they were basically her bridesmaids for the day so she should take advantage of that. She still didn't want to go, and then my best man said, "Hey, you're marrying our best friend, don't you think we should get to know you and make sure you're not a ghost or something?" She chuckled a little at that and gave in. They were basically gone the whole day, which gave me enough time to cook her favorite homemade meal. She came back super excited, telling me she found the most perfect dress and she couldn't wait to marry me. I could have just died happy at that moment. They also went out for ice cream and shopped for some decorations for the party. She was joking and laughing with them all. I hadn't seen her so happy in a long time. It was amazing. I thanked the guys for doing this and sent them home because I wanted to spend time with my fiancé. We sat down to eat dinner, which she loved, and I asked her to talk to me about what was on her mind. It took a few minutes to tell me, but she confessed that she didn't really want the big church wedding. She wanted to wait a little while and plan a small ceremony for just the people we really care about. I was all for it. All I want is for her to be happy with me, so I would do anything for her. I told her to not worry about anything. If she ever wanted something, all she had to do was ask. She just wants her dad, my groomsmen, and my family to be at the wedding. I said I'd call my family and tell them the church wedding's off, and from now on, we were going to do things her way because I never want her to be that upset ever again. She kissed me, and I just knew I was the luckiest guy in the whole world. I love my fiancé.